To access the Project Watershed database, go to projectwatershed.org. When you arrive at the website, you will notice that there are some errors on the home page currently. Those errors are in the process of being resolved. And you will also see current events or different items that are going on within Project Watershed listed below. On the left side, you will find the navigation, such as About Project Watershed, links for teachers, such as lesson modules, other classroom resources. But for this purposes, we want to go down to the New Watershed Quality Database. So let's click there. And you'll see a listing of databases that are being hosted on a FileMaker server. What we want to do is scroll down, it's an alphabetical list, to Project Watershed. So we get to our P's, and then we see Project Watershed data. Click here. Once here, we want to click on Guest Account. In the future, if you think you want to add data to the website, contact Project Watershed, and we will set up a password and an account name. So log in under Guest, and you'll see the database. You will notice different various controls up on top or navigation links. But for this purpose today, we're just going to show you some information that can be gathered from the data that has been collected on various streams around Central New York and how some of that data might be viewed. So to enter survey data, one would click here where it says New Record. To search the database, you click here. As a guest, you'd be able to search. To add or review survey locations, you would click here, and so on. So we're going to go to number 4, to review streams being monitored. So if I click here, we will see a list of streams. And for today's purposes, we are going to go to Bear Trap Creek. And if we click under the stream Bear Trap Creek, we will see stream name, we will see the watershed that it's located in, and in the future some information about Bear Trap Creek will be written under the About, and notes will be added. And as we can see here, that 4 different locations have been sampled in Bear Trap Creek. So let's just pick location 1 and we'll see how many surveys have been done. And we'll see quite a bit of surveys have been done at location 1. If I scroll down, we can see that there's about 22, let's see if I scroll down more, 25 surveys that have been done. So before we look at the surveys in depth, one survey, let's just look at survey 1, saying that on June 22nd, 2015, the air temperature outside was 26 degrees Celsius. And some quick information that was surveyed or posted here is that there was a pH of 7, chlorides 820, biological total was 12, which is a fair rating. The chemistry total was good, with a water quality index rating of 76, and all data was entered, so we say that it's complete. If you scroll down, you'll see on some of them there's some incomplete data, and that means something was left out, such as maybe one of the chemical parameters or biological parameters. So as we can see, there's been a number of surveys, and let's just look at one in detail. And you can see the field personnel involved, and that we had 7 students in addition to the 2 instructors. We can see who entered the data and some current notes. And if we click on physical, we will see the physical information as well. And we can see that the water appeared clear, brownish. And if we click on visual, we even get a better view of it. And we can see the various things. The algae color was dark green, brown, scattered, moderate, and so on. Bank composition, there was some fish population seen or scattered. You can see the stream flow data that was entered in. We won't look at that too deep. We can look at chemistry data here. You can see that all the chemical parameters were added, and they had a quality index of 76, which is good, And since it was 9 out of 9, everything is complete. If there's anything missing, it would be highlighted in red. If we go to biological factors, we can see that the stream did not have any sensitive macroinvertebrates found, but some less sensitive and some tolerant, leading to an index rating of 12, which is fair. And these are automatically totaled when the data is entered in. Now, we will review all the surveys for this location again, and we can see here's the surveys. Now what we will do is we will look at some charting of the data. So let's look at chlorides and dissolved solids. And we can see for every survey, we can see that the dissolved solids were going in these ranges, and in green are the chlorides. And if we want to see it as a line chart, you can see again in the colors here, dissolved solid and chlorides, and a charting over time. And if we go back to the location detail, here's more. There is also a water temperature graph currently, and also water temperature dissolved oxygen. Let's see. And we can see here a water temperature and dissolved oxygen relationship. And we go back to our location details. So that is some information that can be gathered from the Project Watershed database in comparing stream collection data over time. So the various surveys. So we can see if there's been a relationship between weather and the amount of, let's say, chlorides and salt that is coming into the stream. And that concludes this portion of the overview of the Project Watershed database.